Hey, welcome everybody. This is CP Cards and Dice, and welcome to another presentation of our 2019 replay using Deep Drive Baseball. And hold on one second. And it's going to be Ryu versus Vargas. Han Jin Ryu versus Jason Vargas. It's going to be the battle of the lefties. Ryu was 14-5. One of the top ERAs in the league, and Jason Vargas 7-9 with a 4.51 ERA. And welcome to your home for tutorials and strategy and player profiles, history reviews, news, tips, tops, baseball cards, rants, unboxings, and so forth. And it's going to be this is game 4 of a 4-game set. The Mets have lost all 3. Now, we're waiting for the Flying Squirrel to come back, Jeff McNeil, because the Mets offense is just not kicking. It's just missing a little bit of something. And the Mets lineup for today is going to be Ahmed Rosario, the shortstop, J.D. Davis, the left fielder, Michael Conforto, the right fielder, batting third. Batting cleanup is Pete Alonso, the first baseman. Todd Frazier in the 5th spot at third base. Carlos Gomez in center field, batting 6th. Batting 7th is Adeiny Echeverria. He's a second baseman. Thomas Nido batting 8th at catcher, and Jason Vargas in the 9th spot pitching. So let's get started. The way you play Deep Drive Baseball is you read you roll really 0 to 49 off the batter and 50 to 99 off the pitcher. You read it red-white, so that would be a 0-5. When there's somebody on base, I'll be rolling a 20-sided die on a 1 or 5%. You will have a roll for a wild pitch or a pass ball. All right, so it's Ahmed Rosario. I haven't looked at his batting average in a while. Let me just click on his name and see what he's batting. Ahmed Rosario is batting. He's at 249. In reality, Ahmed had a decent season, held his own and batted 287, so he's a little bit below his average. So hopefully he can get a couple of hits and he can get his average up a little bit. All right. So here goes. It's a pitch from Han Jin Ryu. Oh, that's a foul ball. And pulls one foul. All right, it's an 80. And it's going to be a fly ball right field. Rosario goes the other way, lifts it to right. And there is Bellinger. And he makes the catch for 1 out. All right. 1 up, 1 down for Han Jin Ryu and J.D. Davis, 39. And that's going to be a ground ball to second baseman, Kike Hernandez. Over to first, 2 down. That's Michael Conforto. That's a 46 on the 2, and that's a comebacker to Ryu, and he feels his position, throws out Conforto, and that retires the side. 3 up, 3 down. Jason Vargas versus Chris Taylor, and that's a ground ball up the middle and through for a base hit, so Taylor's on at first with a leadoff single. This is where we roll the extra die in case there's a 1. 1 would mean it's we use the roll for the wild pitch. And we got 12 on that, so we're not worried. But that's a 51. That's going to be a deep drive off Max Muncy. It's going to be trouble for sure. And a 79, and that's going to be 1 hop off the wall. And stopping at third is Chris Taylor here with nobody out. I'm going to play it safe with nobody out in the first inning. So second and third. David Freese, right-handed batter. Right, here goes. And that is a 20, and a 20 is a base on balls. Bases loaded. So right off the bat, Jason Vargas finds himself in some trouble. Hey, Mr. Molly's in town. Just eating my breakfast and rolling some payoff pitch. All right. Did you get the new 2019 season yet, or are you rolling another season, Mr. Molly? I remember if you go for Deep Drive Baseball, if you haven't already, you can get this PDF. They only sell a PDF, so you get it immediately. All right, so bases are loaded. You got Freeze on first, Muncy at second, Taylor at third. Nobody's out, and it's Cody Bellinger. So the Mets have the infield back, just hoping to prevent a huge inning here so early in the game. Game one of 2019 Indians. Wow, so you got yours in the first shipment. That sounds good. I ordered mine today with the fringe players, so I'll be getting all that, and I'll have to set them all up and sort them and that whole thing. All right, so here's the pitch from the lefty Jason Vargas, and that's going to be an 81 and a 5. That's a hard hit ground ball at the shortstop Rosario. He flips to Cheverria. The relay to first to Alonso, scoops it, and double play. Run will score, but the Mets pick up 2 quick outs. Six, 4, 3. So 1 run will score. The other one advances, but there's a double play. And now here comes Enrique Hernandez, known as Kike. Kike Hernandez. And that's a 7, so that's a 59. 59 is a ground ball through the left side into right field for a base hit, and that brings in run number 2, so it's 2-0. Now the Dodgers have really just given the Mets a beating game after game in this 4-game set. They've won all 3 of games played so far, and they're leading 2-0 here in this one. And it's Alex Verdugo. Oh, that's foul ball. That's foul ball there. Alex pulls one foul to the right side. It's at 32. And that's a little dribbler to the first baseman, Alonso. He's going to race Verdugo to the bag, and he gets there, and that retires the side. But the Dodgers pick up a couple runs. They lead it 2-0. Go to the top of the second. It's going to be Pete Alonso. Pete Alonso was a 2019 Rookie of the Year with 54 home runs, I believe. 53, 54 home runs. Can't remember. Went for PDF this time. Oh, there you go. I got the PDF. Very good. I also ordered the cards, but I picked up the PDF. You do have 2019 Deep Drive. You know, Deep Drive is a little bit addictive. I'll be honest with you. A little bit addictive. And let me I'm going to back this up just a tad, just so we can get all the cards in there. They're a little bit tight. Have a little bit of space between them. I'm getting this company a little bit of exposure because I think it's a good deal. It's really worth it, I believe. Let's move these up. You get all the cards. In other words, all the players. You may have to go into the team that they finished with to get all the players, but you do get all the players. You get a ballpark card, which comes into play. So in ballparks that allow a lot of home runs, you'll get that. And in parks that don't, you won't. All right, so it's Pete Alonso leading it off against Wonjin Ryu. All right, that's a 60, and that's going to be strike 3. Down swinging goes Alonso. Todd Frazier. And that's a grounder through the hole for a base hit. The Todd father on with a single, 1 out. Next is Carlos Gomez. And a 10, Carlos Gomez, that's a hit by pitch. Gomez gets plunked. And that's unusual to see Ryu hit anybody. Adeiny Cheverria, 2 men on and only 1 out. That's a 0-8, and that's going to be line base hit. Frazier. See what kind of runner he is. Frazier may score here, and he does. Carlos Gomez. Let's see. Carlos Gomez goes to third. Carlos Gomez. Yes, both runners are going to advance an extra base. So first and third now. 2-1. Scoring is Frazier. Going to third is Gomez. So RBI single by Adeiny Chavarria. And it's Thomas Nido. He's playing for the regular catcher, Wilson Ramos, who's resting. 71, that's defense. So we're going to look at a defensive result. A 69. And a 69 is going to be a ground ball to the shortstop. And that's going to be a fielder's choice. That's going to allow the tying run to come in. So a ground ball fielder's choice. They tried it with a double play, but was not possible. All right, let's do that again. So fielder's choice, 6-4. Runner scores. Other runner is forced out. Thomas Nido with an RBI ground out. Jason Vargas, the batter. Oh, that's foul back. Just gets a piece of it. That's a 25 off Vargas, and that's strike 3, and that retires the side. So Vargas down swinging for the third out. But the Mets have come back and scored 2 and tied the ball game. Russell Martin against Jason Vargas. That's a 56, and that's a line drive base hit to right. Michael Conforto plays it on the hop. Leadoff single for Russell Martin. Russell Martin is an ex-Dodger, Yankee, and is back with LA. Matt Beatty. Matt Beatty is this lefty specialist versus a lefty. The lefty's going to get an advantage here. Matt Beatty shouldn't be playing against a lefty pitcher. And that's a 73. That's a defensive out. That's a defense, not an out, but a defensive call. We're going to see if we can use the advantage, Jason Vargas' advantage over a lefty specialist. I'm going to move that down to 23, and that's going to be an out, easy out. 6, which is a hard hit ground ball. Chavarria whips it to Alonso for out number 1. And it's Won Jin Ryu, the batter. Oh, wait a second. We had a runner on first on that. And, that was a hard hit ground ball to second base. That's going to be turned for double play. It's going to be Chavarria to Rosario back to first. 4-6-3 double play. That's the second double play the Mets have turned. The first double play was with the bases loaded. And it's Ryu now. Oh, and we needed to roll this one as well. I don't think we never did, so we did it there. 20, and that's strike 3, and that retires the side. Well, just like that. We move on to the top of the third. Here in the USA, it is 2:15 a.m. So this is late night. This is the late tabletop baseball show. I'm in Rosario, 0-5. That's going to be a deep drive off Rosario's card. And a 10, and that ball is gone. Rosario gets a hold of one, drives it deep to left field. Back goes Beatty to the track, to the wall. No chance. Ahmed Rosario gives the Mets a 3-2 lead in the top of the third. J.D. Davis. It's a 99, a 6, and that's a hard hit grounder to Taylor. Takes his time, fires the first. 1 out. Michael Conforto, 77, a 5, and that's Again, grounded to Taylor. Taylor in the hole. Long throw to first. And he gets Conforto. And Pete Alonso. Pete Alonso, right-handed batter. It's a 38, and that's going to be a deep drive left field. Beatty back to the track and makes the catch, and that retires the side. 3 up, 3 down for Wonjin Ryu and Chris Taylor. Strikes out. Jason Vargas gets him with the curveball. 1 up, 1 down, and it's Max Muncy. Muncy's 1 for 1. He doubled in his first at bat. But not here. That's a fly ball lifted to shallow left. J.D. Davis settles under it, makes the catch. That's 2 down in the bottom of the third. 3-2 Mets. David Freese, 73. That's going to be a defensive call. We're rolling, see what happens there. That's going to be an error, potential error. 37, and that's a ball that's numbed out in front of home plate, and it's bobbled by the catcher Nito. Throw to first, not in time, and I think Nito, had he handled that cleanly, he would have had his man. And the official score says that's an error on Nito, allowing Freese to make it to first. So Thomas Nito got to the ball, but had an issue getting a handle on it, bobbled it, and that allowed Freese to make it to first with 2 outs. And now it brings up the extremely dangerous Cody Bellinger. That's a 65. Strike 3. Oh, the high heat gets Cody Bellinger. All right. The Mets now. Todd Frazier leading off the top of the fourth. 3-2 Mets. It's a 9-5, a 3, and that's a hard hit ground ball. Pull down the line. Max Muncy with the backhand. Long throw to first is in time. Got him by half a step. Frazier jetting down to first. Okay. Dice United Soccer. He was soccer mad. That's okay, brother. Carlos Gomez. Carlos Gomez had a cup of coffee with the Mets in 2019. And that's a hard hit ground ball to Taylor. Taylor over to first. 2 outs. And Echeverria singled, drove in a run earlier, 95. And that's line and caught. Kike Hernandez, right positioned perfectly to catch that line drive off the bat of Adeiny Echeverria. Now it's Kike Hernandez against Vargas. That's 0-4. That's line base hit to left. So leadoff single for Kike Hernandez. Alex Verdugo's next. 14, and that's a ground ball up the middle and through for a base hit. Holding at second is Hernandez. First and second, nobody out. Oh, geez. I forgot to roll the there we go. Let's start rolling that. And that's a 33. A 33 is a 2, and a 2 is a ground ball, third base. Frazier goes to second for 1. The throw to first, not in time. So fielder's choice, 5-4. Actually, let me see with first and second. Let me see that one, 5. First and second, 5 is a C. If runner on second is slower than the runner on first, that's not true. They're forced out. Otherwise, runner on first is forced out. Yeah. All right, I played it right. All right, so 1 out. What? Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Verdugo reaches base on a fielder's choice to the third baseman. It looks like there was a runner. Kike Hernandez singles. So there's a runner. There's a runner on first. Alex Verdugo. Okay. Grounds out. So it's going to be a fielder's choice, 5-4. That's all it is. He's out at second. Forced out. All right. And now it's Russell Martin. So Kike Hernandez got on a single. Then I had Verdugo. I thought Verdugo was on a single as well, or on a walk. I'm not sure. I think I screwed up there. I can't remember. So anyway, Verdugo's on at first, and it's Russell Martin now. Not all that important, to be honest with you. 3-3, and a 2. There's a comebacker to first to Vargas. Vargas turns around, feeds Rosario, and throw to first. Not in time. Russell Martin somehow beat the throw to first because he doesn't really have much speed at all. Oh boy. 1-6. Fielder's choice. Excuse me. All right, Matt Beattie. Pitch from Vargas. That's a 23. And a 6 is a hard hit ground ball to the second baseman, Chevalier. It flips to Rosario, and that retires the side. So ground out 4-6. And that was a long inning. It was a kind of a bumpy, clunky inning. I don't know why that happened. And Thomas Nido leading it off against Ryu. It's 27-1, and that's popped up right side. Settling under it is Freeze. 1 up, 1 down. Jason Vargas is next. That's from the left side. It's a 60, and that's strike 3. Back-to-back outs. 2 up, 2 down, and Rosario fouls one off, pulls one foul to the left side. And a 24 is a defensive check. So 59. 59 is going to be a range check. And a 59 is going to be a ground ball and past Hernandez into center field for a base hit. Kike Hernandez at second base is only a 3. It's going to be a base hit for Ahmed Rosario. So Ahmed, a 2-out single, and that brings up J.D. Davis. It's a 60, and that's strike 3. That retires the side. Ryu is up. This is batter card. He bats from the right side. It's a 98-3, and that's a ground ball to Todd Frazier. Frazier throws him out, 5-3. Next is Chris Taylor, 86-7, and that's a fly ball left field. J.D. Davis towards left center makes the catch. Max Muncy. 54. That's going to be a deep drive off Muncy's card. That's always trouble. And that ball is gone. Max Muncy drives it deep to right field. Conforto all the way to the track, looks up, gone. Max Muncy ties the ball game. David Freese is next. It's 22, and that's ball 4. Freese walks. He's on at first with 2 outs. Whoa. Cody Bellinger. And that's a 4-0, which is going to be some sort of an out. It's a fly ball, deep right field. Conforto back to the track, up against the wall, makes the catch. Holy smokes. Drove it deep to right field, but just didn't carry over the fence. Go to the top of the 6th. Now we're going to start looking at the pitchers. Vargas can go 9. He's got 9 points. Ryu can go 10 points. That doesn't mean how many innings he can go. That means you got to start counting. They both kind of gone around the lineup twice. That's 2 points. They've given up runs. That's an extra point. So that's 3 points. And they're up to their, this is going to be pretty much the last inning for these guys. 6th inning. Don't get a lot of innings against modern pitchers. And it's Michael Conforto. Conforto's 0 for 2. He's grounded out twice against Ryu. It's a tie ball game here in the top of the 6th. It's a 93-2, and that's a ground ball to Freese at first. 1 down. Pete Alonso. Alonso's 0 for 2. He's struck out and flied out. And a 32 is a strikeout. Alonso down swinging. Swinging for the fences, as usual. That's a 99 and a 9. That's a deep drive, center field. Verdugo is there and puts it away. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Kike Hernandez leading it off against Jason Vargas using deep drive baseball, 69. And a 69 is a strikeout. Hernandez chases the curveball in the dirt. Alex Verdugo. 35, a 1, and that's popped up. Left side. Todd Frazier in foul ground makes the catch. 2 up, 2 down. Russell Martin, who's 1 for 2. That's a 60, and that's a ball 4. Russell Martin walks. 2 out walks of Russell Martin and Matt Beatty, who's got good power. Excuse me, but that's a 17, and that's going to be defense unless we take it to 67. That's strike 3. So we use Jason Vargas, lefty versus lefty specialist advantage. And he gets out Beatty. Beatty, tomato. Carlos Gomez now against Ryu. Ryu can go 1 extra inning. Vargas is done for the day. That's a 61, and that's strike 3 against Gomez. Gomez sure strikes out a lot. Always swinging for the fences. Swings out from under his helmet all the time. Adeiny Echeverria, that's a 0-7. That's line base hit to left. So Echeverria with a rope to left. 1 out single. And next is Thomas Nido. Here's the pitch to Nido. And that's a 70 strike 3. Slider gets Nido. And it's Vargas. We're going to get a pinch hitter here. Since we're going to bring up a pinch hitter, and then let's see who. Game is tied. We are in the top of the 7th. It's the 4th game of a 4-game set. The Dodgers have won all 3. And we're going to bring in Wilson Ramos. Wilson Ramos is going to come in to pinch hit for Vargas. And then after that, we're going to get Hector Santiago and Drew Gagnon. Excuse me, the 2 pitchers that the Mets used in this game. Hector Santiago. Let's see if we could track Santiago. He may be with another team, so I may have to look for his card somewhere else. I do that. I'll play the same guys. This is the first time I've seen Santiago's card. So, yeah, he was with another team. And let's check and see. Hector Santiago. finish the season with the White Sox. So that's why he's not on the Mets. So I'd have to pull the White Sox team. So we'll see. I may get to that. Just not doing it right this second. So we're going to pop in Wilson Ramos as a pinch hitter. Wilson Ramos hit 14 home runs. Now, the previous game, the Mets pulled used some pitchers as well, and we're going to look at those, and we'll use those before we start chasing Santiago. We can use Familia, we can use Diaz, so we can use Familia as well. So we may not use Santiago today, but I will pull him after this game and use him in tomorrow's game. That's the way I try to play. I try to stay as close as possible to the lineups used, so you know you're using guys that were there and available, right? They could be on the team, but they're just not available. So Wilson Ramos against Won Jin Ryu. Echeverria is on at first base, the go-ahead run. It's a 3-3 tie here in the top of the seventh with 2 outs. Adeiny Echeverria takes his lead, and Ryu throws over. Calling card throw to first base just to let Echeverria know that Echeverria is not really a base stealer, so I don't expect him to be going anywhere. Wilson Ramos. That's an 82. And a 4 is going to be a hard hit ground ball right at Kike Hernandez. He flips to Taylor, and that retires the side. And that's going to be it. We're going to get a pinch hitter for the Dodgers. Vargas is out. It's going to be Jerry Familia. Jerry Familia against pinch hitter Corey Seager. In a few hours, I got a big draft going on in one of my leagues, one of my dynasty leagues, dynasty league baseball. So it's Jerry Familia. Jerry Familia had an awful season. Batted .570. Pitched to a .570 ERA with a 4.2 1-loss record. There's nobody on for the Mets. Nobody out. And we're going to put Familia in that 9th spot. Small group of Mets fans here making a lot of noise. All right, here goes. That's an 87 off of Jerry, but it's going to be a defensive roll, and that's going to 58. A 58 takes us to the defensive chart, and that's a ground ball past Echeverria into right center field for a base hit. Leadoff single for Corey, pinch hit single for Corey Seager. Chris Taylor. It's a 97. 97 and a 9, and that's a deep fly ball center field. Carlos Gomez on the run in the gap and chases it down. Max Muncy next. 15, and that is ball 4. So first and second now, David Freese. 27. Strike 3. Familia. Blows one by. Freese. 2 outs. First and second, it's Cody Bellinger. We're going to bring in a lefty. That's going to bring in a lefty here. Let's see who they got. We're going to bring in Danny Zamora. You know what? Familia can only go 1. We're going to leave Familia in there. There's the pitch. That's a 93. And that's a ball that's pulled down the line. Nice backhand. Oh, no, it's got Bellinger, I'm sorry, goes the other way. And Frazier with a nice backhand. Long throw to first in time. And that retires the side. We go to top of the eighth. 3-3 all. Ryu is done. And who's coming up? It's leadoff, which is a righty. So the Mets are the Dodgers are going to bring in Joe Kelly. Excuse me. And Joe Kelly will be batting ninth. Oh. Ahmed Rosario. Against Joe Kelly here in a tie game in the top of the eighth in Dodger Stadium. This is the fourth game of a four-game set. The Dodgers need this game to sweep the Mets. Here's the pitch to Rosario. That's a 15, and that's going to be a ground ball up the middle and through into center field. Alex Verdugo plays it in quickly. And Ahmed Rosario is on the leadoff single. Next is going to be J.D. Davis. Here's J.D. That's an 84. That's going to be a defensive call. We're going to see what happens there. A 70. That's going to be a range check. A 70 range check is a ground ball to the shortstop. Taylor. Let me take a quick peek at Taylor, see what he looks like at shortstop. Taylor is a 1 at shortstop. Uh-oh. They didn't give him a very good defensive score. And a 70 on a 1 is a ground ball through into left field past the diving Taylor. And Ahmed Rosario is going to head to third base. So the Mets are in a really good situation here in the top of the eighth with runners on first and third and nobody out. Michael Conforto, and here comes the Dodger manager, going to bring in a lefty, Scott Alexander, lefty specialist, to pitch to Conforto. Now this makes a big difference for the Dodgers. Scott Alexander, lefty specialist, facing Michael Conforto. Runners on first and third. The infield's in for the Dodgers. Indians beat the Twins 6-2. What are you using to keep stats? I think I've asked you this before, and you said paper and pencil, I believe. You're going to keep you're going to play every game for the 2019 season and keep all the stats by pencil? I don't know if that's realistic. I think it's going to be one of those projects that starts and never sees the conclusion. All right. So Michael Conforto, runners on first and third, infield in for the Dodgers. Scott Alexander, left-hander, specialist, so he's going to get the advantage. And that's going to be a 45. 45 is an out of some kind. Hard hit ball. And Davis to second. 45 hard hit ball is a 5. That is a grounder to short. There's only one play, and that's the first. So 6-3. Runner at third holds. Runner at first moves to second. So second and third now for Pete Alonso. They're going to walk Alonso. Alonso's an intimidating dude. Intentional walk, loading the bases. And again, out comes the Dodger manager. We're going to get a righty now to face the righty Todd Frazier. And that's going to be Pedro Baez. So we're going to see a lot of pitchers here. But we don't want to use too many pitchers because we run the risk of course, this going into extra innings, and we used every single one of our pitchers. So 1 out, bases loaded, infield is in for the Dodgers. And that's a 75-4. And that's a hard hit ball to let's see what happens here. With the bases loaded, I believe they're going to go home on this. So second baseman Hernandez fires to Martin, and that is an out at home. Let me take a quick look and see if they can work somehow a double play out of this, see what the rules say. This strategy can be used. Defensive manager on third, less than 2 outs, make the same change above unless the ball is hit. Okay, regular ground. Hard hit grounders result in a runner at third holding unless there's a force ahead, in which case they're thrown out at the plate. It doesn't say anything about a double play. So we gotta find that more. I'm gonna find out more about that. So that's gonna be a fielder's choice. 4-2. And it's gonna be second. No, bases are loaded for Carlos Gomez. And against Baez, the Mets are gonna bring up their lefty pinch hitter, Dominic Smith. All right, so Dominic Smith pinch hitting, and he's going to get an advantage over Pedro Baez here. And it looks like the Dodgers are going to their bullpen, take away that advantage. And let's see, we should have another lefty somewhere. Dylan Floro, lefty's coming in. A lot of changes right here. All right, so to take away that advantage, and they actually give it to the pitcher this time. No, he's not a lefty specialist. But I think they do give it. It does go to the pitcher, so we're going to give it to the pitcher, unless we call back Dom Smith. And let's see who the Mets have. I'm going to call back Dom Smith, and we're going to bring in Juan Lagares. Juan Lagares to pinch hit. So this is really a chess game going here. That's the nice thing about this game. You get nice little strategy. Pretty nice basic strategy. So Juan Lagares replaces the first pinch hitter, Dom Smith, with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Here's the pitch from Dylan Floro, the left-hander. That's a 26, and that's a defensive call. Oh, boy. 75. That's going to be a range. A range 75, and that's a ground ball. And through the left side for a base hit. Around to score easily is Davis. They're waving Pete Alonso home, and he scores. And the Mets have taken a 5-3 lead on the pinch hit single, 2-out pinch hit single by Juan Lagares. Comes up huge. I'm up to game 12 of my 87 Red Sox. Okay. I see. But Indians beat Twins 6-2, season opener. What Red Sox? Oh, 87 Red Sox. Okay. I'm doing the 87 Mets, and I think we've had this conversation before. So Juan Lagares with a huge base hit. After it was a pinch hitter for Gomez, it was Dom Smith. But then when they brought in the lefty Dylan Floro, the Mets manager called in Juan Lagares, a right-hander, and Juan Lagares paid off with a ground ball single through the left side into right field for a 2 RBIs, and the Mets are up 5-3. Next is Adeiny Chavarria with 2 outs. And that's a 37. A 2 is a comebacker to Floro, feels it, throws out Echeverria, and that retires the side. Wow. Enrique Hernandez against. We're gonna get a new pitcher. It's gonna be Drew Gagnon. Drew Gagnon's in there. He's gonna bat ninth. And we're going to check and see. We need something better than this for the Mets. Diaz can come in. We already used. Let's see if I have Lugo around or he's injured. Let's see if Lugo pitches in the next game. If he pitches in the next game, I will say he's available for tonight's game. And Lugo does not show up in the next night's game versus. Oh, that's the next Dodger game. Okay, let's go. That's Thursday. Let's go next game after that. So that's actually this game. The next game is against Arizona in Arizona. And Lugo does pitch, so Lugo's available. Lugo is available. So let's see what happens. If Gagnon gets in trouble, we're bringing in Lugo right away. Enrique Hernandez, the batter, known as Kike. Uh-oh, that's 0-4. That's going to be line. Base hit center field. So Gagnon immediately allows a base hit. And we're going to bring in probably the best of the Mets. Lugo's going to come in. Lugo pitched over 100 innings in 2019 with over 100 strikeouts. So Seth Lugo's coming in to try to get us out of the 8th inning. Lead runner is on. All right, here's the Alex Verdugo. That's a 57. That's strike 3. Big strikeout. So Lugo gets called in and immediately strikes out Verdugo for the first out. Next is Russell Martin. And a 63 is strike 3 again, back-to-back Ks. Holy smokes. Seth Lugo coming up huge for the Mets. Back-to-back strikeouts after the leadoff hitter reached base. And it's Matt Beatty, lefty. Oh, have to roll all the dice. And Beatty's going to have an advantage. And that's a 66, which is going to turn into a 16. And a 16 is strike 3, and that retires the side. So Seth Lugo strikes out the side. Whoa. Thomas Nido leading it off. And we're going to get a new pitcher. Oh, wait. What? Why is that there? Hold on a second. It shouldn't even be there. It's the wrong card. This is the right card. Let's get rid of that card. That card doesn't belong there at all. Gotta notice that. Gotta notice these little things. That's his batter card. Shouldn't be there. All right. We're going to replace Dylan Floro here. It's going to be Kenley Jensen. Oh, no, you know what? Ross Stripling. We're bringing in Ross Stripling. Like the 6th pitcher the Dodgers have used. That's one of the first things I do when I set up these games. I separate all the pitchers that they're using and keep them aside. I keep them outside the pile. So it's Ross Stripling going to face Thomas Nido in the top of the 9th inning. The Mets are up 5-3. So the Mets are doing everything within their power to avoid the sweep. Thomas Nido. It's a 97. That's a fly ball, left field. Matt Beatty is there. So went up, one down. Seth. Oh, it's now we're gonna get a pinch hitter. Seth Lugo is up, and the Mets are gonna bring in. Let's see, Aaron Altair. Aaron Altair is going to come up to pinch hit. Going to roll again for Altair against Ross Stripling. Not a very good hitter, and he shouldn't be facing a righty. He's at a disadvantage here, and that's a 95. At 8, that's a deep drive, left field. Beatty goes back and makes the catch for out number 2. Top of the order, and then we're going to get Edwin Diaz for the Mets to finish up. Ahmed Rosario with nobody on and 2 outs, top of the 9th. The Mets are up 5-3. That's a 56. 56 is line drive base hit to left for Ahmed. That's his 3rd hit of the ball game. J.D. Davis next. Pitch to J.D. That's a 41. And the 9 is a fly ball center field. Alex Verdugo makes the catch, and that retires the side. Edwin Diaz coming up for the Mets here. He's the closer. You got to bring in the closer no matter how horrible he is. You got to bring in the closer. And we're going to get a pinch hitter for the Dodgers. Jock Peterson. Oh, we don't need that. Jock Peterson got a pinch hit. All right, here's the pitch from Edwin Diaz to the leadoff batter. That's a 0-3. That's a deep drive. Uh-oh. And a 21, and that ball's gone. Jock Peterson drives one deep right field. Back goes Conforto to the track to the wall. It's out of here. Leadoff home run here in the bottom of the 9th by Jock Peterson. And Edwin Diaz gave up the most 9th inning home runs in the league. So he's known for doing that. Had a horrendous 2019 season. Allowed 15 home runs in the 9th inning. Led the league in that category. All right, so it's a 5-4 game now with that leadoff home run. Nobody out, nobody on. Chris Taylor. It's a 51. That's a deep drive. And a 51 is going to be a one hop to the wall. So Chris Taylor lays into one and drives it to left center field. J.D. Davis gets it into Rosario. Say, leadoff double here. Puts a runner at second base with no outs. And that's the tying run. Max Muncy's next. And the Mets are going to walk Max. Well, if you walk him, you're putting on the go-ahead run. So maybe you don't want to do that. So let's see what happens. Edwin Diaz. Here's the pitch to Max Muncy, 92. And that is strike 3. So fastball blows away Muncy. 1 away. David Freese next. Here's the pitch to David Freese. That's a 47. And a 47-0. That's line. Now, this could be a double play. Flying to the shortstop. No. Throw to second. Not in time. Taylor dives back. 2 outs. Mets are 1 out away from preventing the sweep. But it's Cody Bellinger, the most dangerous guy on the Dodger team. Bottom of the 9th. Tying run at second base. There's 2 outs. It's Edwin Diaz, who had one of the worst seasons for a relief pitcher in a long time, giving up 15 9th inning home runs. He's facing Cody Bellinger. Cody Bellinger had a really outstanding 2019 season, batting .305, hitting 47 home runs and 115 RBIs. Now, you know what? In this case, we're going to walk Bellinger. It's probably something that maybe you shouldn't do, but I'm going to face Kike Hernandez. So we're walking Bellinger to face Kike Hernandez. Now, I don't think there's anybody better on the bench. Let's see who I have. I have Will Smith. Well, I don't know if Justin Turner's available really because he didn't play today. I'm not sure. Let me check. Let me go back one game and let me see if Turner's available because then Turner could pinch hit the Dodger. Let's see if Turner did not bat in this next game. Let me see. Let me go move one forward for the Dodgers. Otherwise, he may be out with an injury. But if he returns in the game, no, he does not return. So he must be injured. So I'm not gonna. We're gonna let Kike Hernandez bat in this situation. So here's the pitch. Runners on first and second. 5-4 game. Bottom of the ninth. 2 outs. Chris Taylor at second. Cody Bellinger at first. This is the last out potentially for the Dodgers. Kike Hernandez. Kike Hernandez batted .237 with 17 home runs. Here's the pitch. And that's a 61, and that's the line drive base hit. And they're going to wave Chris Taylor home. Let's see Taylor's speed. Taylor is blank, but he's going to be fast because there's 2 outs. And there's going to be a play at the plate here. There is going to be a play at the plate. 61 is a single, and they're going to try to score Taylor. Carlos Gomez, the relay, and he is safe. Game is tied. Cody Bellinger is going to go to third on that throw home. So Edwin Diaz blows a save. And Hernandez is also fast with 2 outs, and he's going to go to second. So second and third now. Alex Verdugo, 5-5. Edwin Diaz blew another save. Score is 5-5, 2 outs. The lefty Verdugo, who's batting next? Russell Martin. They're going to walk Verdugo to load the bases. And it's going to be Russell Martin. Here's the pitch. And that's a 52, and that's a deep drive. Game's going to potentially be over. Let's see what happens here. Deep drive to left field, left center field. And a 24, and that ball is gone. Russell Martin, grand slam walk-off. Holy smokes. Edwin Diaz gives up 2 home runs and 6 runs in the bottom of the 9th inning. The Dodgers walk it off by a score of 9-5. Russell Martin laid into one, drove it deep into left field, and the crowd here is going, let's hear the crowd. What a game that was. Holy smokes. Grand slam walk-off by Russell Martin off Edwin Diaz. And Edwin Diaz walks off the field with his head down. The victory. I got to write in the walk-off. Okay. That should be there. Let's see. What's it? Final. So they want to see Russell Martin out of the dugout. Ross Strickland's going to get the victory. The loss and the blown save is going to go to Edwin Diaz. Edwin Diaz gives him 6 runs in the bottom of the 9th. Holy smokes. 2 home runs, one of which was a grand slam. I don't know. The line score was the Mets 5 runs, 9 hits, 1 error, 6 left on base. The Dodgers 9 runs, 12 hits, no errors, no left on base. and they win it on a walk-off in the bottom of the ninth inning. And Mr. Molly asked me if lefties will have it tough with a three-batter rule. They got to face three batters. Well, I'm not sure exactly what that rule is. If they come in the inning, they have to face three batters. But what if there's only one batter in that inning and they get the out and that retires the side? Do they have to start the next inning? What if there's a pinch hitter involved? I think that there's going to be, let me see. Yeah, great game, right? This was a crazy game. Going back to your question, I'm not sure how that rule works out. Like, let's say if there's two outs and there's a lefty coming up, I'm going to bring in my lefty specialist. He's going to face that batter. I'm going to pinch hit for him next inning, and then he only pitched 1/3 of an inning. I don't have to let him go another two batters, especially if I want to pinch hit for him. I think he only has to go three batters. Like if I bring him in an inning with nobody out, or with two men on and nobody out, or two men on and one out, he's got to face three batters, whether he walks them, he gives up a hit, he gives up a home run, he gets an out, that sort of thing. So that's what I think the rule is just intended to somewhat minimize, the facing the one batter and then bringing in a new pitcher, and then facing one batter and then bringing in a new pitcher and facing one batter. That's the purpose of the rule. That's what I believe, and that's my understanding. Well, it's 3 a.m. here in the western United States, or central United States. And I have a big draft starting at 10 a.m. tomorrow, which I have to be awake for. I got $75 to buy some players. I need some pitchers and I need some outfielders. Lefty, I need a center fielder and a left fielder. I got a couple of guys in mind. Got them up on a big board here, so see if I can pick those up not too expensive. And that's it. This is CP Cards and Dice saying thanks for stopping by and checking out Deep Drive Baseball. As you can see, it's a blast. It's a lot of fun. You can buy the whole season. You can try it out for $1, buy the whole season for $12. 2019 season was available the day after the World Series. How cool is that? I've been playing the 2019 season for months now. Edwin Diaz, wow, gives up. The Mets get swept in a 4-game set by the Dodgers. And remember, this is your home for tutorial strategy, player profiles, history reviews, news, tips, tops, baseball cards, rants, and unboxings. So thanks for stopping by and joining us, and we'll see you all very soon. Mr. Molly, enjoy your day and keep rolling away. Take care.